Have you ever hit rock bottom? 'Cause these two have. One's being sued, accused of murder, and traumatized by a surgery that went wrong. The other's been stuck in a toxic workplace, overworked every single day, got her work stolen from abusive superiors, and has been quietly slipping into depression. They're both at their lowest, and that's the exact moment they find each other. But here's a twist, they already knew each other. Back in high school many years ago, they were rivals fighting for the #1 place in the entire country. Top of their school, always competing to see who had the best results, the best grades. Constantly neck and neck trying to outdo the other. They were competing so hard that they kinda drove each other forward. It was a weird mutual motivation thing. For example, when Jungwoo saw Hanul studying like crazy, he would start to do the same, everything to win against his rival. Anyways, this obviously presents the classic trope of enemies to lovers, which I myself absolutely adore. You can clearly see it wasn't just about hate and rivalry when they were young. There was something else there, a little bit of sweetness. Even if they tried to not show it directly, by being cold and trying to look indifferent, they kinda worried about the other. Like that moment in the infirmary. They both faint from exhaustion and end up side by side. Hanul wakes up first and she writes Jungwoo a letter before leaving school. In it, she tells him to take it easy, showing she kinda cared about him. It's really such a small scene, but it says everything you need. I mean, even when they were competing, even when they were pretending to hate each other, they were looking out for one another, quietly, gently, silently. So yeah, they meet again in the present, and out of nowhere, they're suddenly living almost in the same house, which, at first, they're surprised with. It's kinda awkward when they meet again. The teasing is still there, the sarcasm, the ego, the small rivalry is still heated up. But now, all of that is layered under a lot of pain. They're no longer kids chasing grades and success, they're adults carrying trauma and sadness. And that, at the end of the road, is all this drama is about. Overcoming your own problems, dealing with your own stuff, while being supported by those who truly believe in you, those who truly care. They are clearly two flawed people, filled with internal problems. One of them has depression, the other PTSD. But they both, together, helping each other, want to overcome that and deeply fall in love in the meanwhile. The love story between the two is honestly beautiful. As I said, I really like enemies to lovers, always have, but here you can see the smoothness of that transition amazingly. In the first few episodes, it's a bit awkward. I mean, supportive for sure, but it's not 100% love yet. You see though, through small things that happen, small moments, the love that slowly develops between the two. I mean, maybe that love was already installed there from the past, but now it's showing. And that love overcomes the sadness they're both surrounded by. That love wins against everything else in their minds. They love each other, and that's why they will be able to overcome everything. When Hanul isn't able to get the job interview and would have returned to her house crying the whole trip, Jungwoo, without hesitation, after finding out, goes there and shows up, not to fix things necessarily, but just to be that shoulder she needs to support her. And when Jungwoo struggles with the idea of going back to surgery, completely frozen by trauma, Hanul shows up too. She volunteers as his anesthesiologist. Wait, is that even how it's pronounced? Quietly standing beside him in the operating room, so he doesn't have to face it all alone. And I mean, even in their simpler days in which they just chill or linger around or eat food, Jungwoo always shows and teaches her how to have fun, how to go to the arcade, how to sing karaoke, how to eat good stuff. He loves her and wants to do everything alongside her. They help each other climb step by step from the very bottom of the ladder they'd both fallen from. That's what makes their relationship so powerful. They don't fall in love with the perfect versions of each other. They fall in love in the mess, in the pain, the anxiety, the silence, in the middle of all those tears. And that's perfect. It's not wrong to be in that mess, and you eventually overcome it. Even if those feelings started back in high school, now they're able to say it, to show it, to finally let it in. Honestly, I really love all of those small comparisons and parallels between their present time interactions and their feeling with their school time ones. It's a relationship that spreads through so many years, although with a break in between, and the flashbacks of the past really are beautiful. Anyways, in the present, they had both hit rock bottom, which at the end of the day is okay. And instead of falling apart alone, they fall into each other. And maybe that's what real love looks like. Not someone who loves you because you're doing well, being perfect and on top of the mountain, but actually someone who stays, even when you're not. So if you feel like you've hit rock bottom, first, watch this K-drama. And second, don't worry. It's gonna be okay. Oh, and if you're still here, subscribe if you liked the video. I'm recording this at literally 0 subs, so you might be my first one. See you in the next one.